now I'm just going to cut the tomato. Tomato. Hi, Mom. This actually makes a really good chili too, if you just use the tomatoes. It's kind of your base, and then you add in a whole bunch of different spices. And if you can do the HCG protocol just fine with mixing your veggies, you can add onion, and you can add green pepper. And then, of course, when you add that all to your turkey meat, oh, down here. Bad, Angie. Anyways, when you add all of that to your turkey meat, and then you add spices to it, it actually tastes really good. I discovered from my first round of HCG that I didn't seem to have very good luck with mixing my vegetables, so I don't usually mix my veggies, at least not a lot. I do add salsa, which, you know, I guess technically there is vegetables in that are mixed. And then now I'm going to go fry up the turkey meat. Okay. So I'm going to fry up the turkey meat, and actually I would normally put this on the grill first and grill it for just a few minutes, just so it gets kind of white and firm, and then I would kind of get all my other stuff together and then crumble it into the pan. But I'm only going to do one thing of meat tonight, so I didn't want to dirty up the grill, so I'm just going to do it in a pan, and I'm going to let that go, kind of get started a little bit. One thing I've noticed about turkey meat is that if you, especially if you pan fry it, it gets really dry if you don't use something to help moisten it up. So I use fresh salsa. Fresh salsa. I'm going to wait though until it grills up a little bit more, but it really just helps with the, helps it so it doesn't stick to the pan quite so much, which it's already doing. And it helps give it some more flavor, which is nice too. And oddly enough, you know, it doesn't seem like this is a lot of turkey, but when you add the vegetables in it and everything else, it actually is quite satisfying. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add the salsa in now. 1 and 2. I always do 2. Don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason. This actually has 5 calories per tablespoon, so I guess technically I just put 10 calories of salsa in my food. And then there's 1 carb and 0 sugar. So it's pretty good stuff. Like I said, I get that from Sam's and I love it. Love it, love it. I buy it in like bulk. I have like 4 of those at a time usually. I go through it pretty quickly. Anyhow, I'll just fry it up like this. Ta-da-da. Everybody clap your hands. Okay. It's pretty done actually. Some of the lighter color, the pinkiness that you might see is actually from the salsa. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some flavoring, some seasonings. That's the one that's already open. I know I've got one. That's since I can't find it. Okay. I love Mrs. Dash, the extra spicy. It's really not that spicy, but it is really flavorful. So it just adds really good flavor. I love putting it in almost everything I cook. And actually, I just bought some Fiesta Lime because I wanted to try that one. So we'll see how that works out. And the other thing I like to do is put minced onion in. Again, just adds a little bit of texture and everything else. So let me give that a roll real quick. Alright. And the last thing that goes in is the tomatoes. Just put them all in like that. And of course, at this point you could put in pretty much anything you want, like bell peppers. You can even do celery, believe it or not, that actually tastes really good. So does cucumbers. I actually realized that cooked cucumbers in this type of a meal with the meat, and it's actually really good. I do that quite a bit. And you could do some squash, cauliflower, and those are pretty much the ones that I do. I mean, there's other options, of course, and alternatives, but those are the main ones that I do. I usually I don't cook it that long. I don't like the tomatoes to get super mushy. But, it's up to you. Now, if I was making the chili at this point, I would cook it down so that the tomatoes actually became more of like a soupy broth or something. In fact, I even have a blender that I could take half of the tomato in and make it into a liquid, and that would be the base of the chili. And then again, put all the rest of the tomatoes, the green pepper, the onion, and of course all of your spices. And it makes a really good chili. So anyhow, this is my meal for tomorrow for lunch. And then what I do is I grab these little Tupperware things. They're, throwaway cheapy ones, and I just literally put it straight from the pan into the, whoops, there goes a tomato, into the dish. Juices and all, because you can always drain the juices later. I'm making a mess. I usually don't make a mess like this when I'm not on videotape. And it fits perfectly right in there. That was a joke, by the way. I make a mess all the time. Angie's laughing because she knew it was a joke. And then that goes right into the fridge. I like to let it cool down a little bit, but that'll go right into the fridge, or the freezer rather. And then I can have this whenever I want to, and I just heat it up for about 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, stirring it once in that time frame. And there's my lunch, and that includes my my meat, my veggie, and that's it. So that is my meat.